What is up, guys? PS2 Peter here again, and wow, AEW Dynamite Week 2 absolutely blew it out of the freaking water, man. You know, I was hesitant at first to jump on board the AEW train, but I am fucking on board, first class, drink in my hand, going up to the driver's door to get a front row seat. This is absolutely brilliant for the wrestling world, and to have competition for WWE again, I never thought I'd see it. You know, I was a big TNA fan back in the day. I thought TNA was going to do it. I thought they was going to build up. They had so much momentum going. And then they killed it when Bischoff and Hogan and Russo, just the three combination together, they absolutely fucking killed all momentum that there was. But AEW could be different this time. You know, they've just started and they've already got this momentum going. Last week they beat NXT in the ratings. I fully expected that to happen with everything. I mean, you've got, as good as NXT is, it is the third brand for WWE. They're not going to have all the big fancy gizmos and gazmos that Raw and SmackDown have, so of course it's going to always be the lowest rating show out of the three. AEW, this is their flagship show, so of course they were going to win. You know, it's got off to such a great start. Absolutely, momentum is going in full blown swing. You know, the first match, Private Party versus the Young Bucks, phenomenal. I'm not a big Young Bucks fan, and I know I'll get a lot of hate for that for a lot of the indie darlings out there, but I'm not. I just don't think they can sell. And I think, I mean, in terms of wrestling, and I think that is so important in a match. You know, it's not even the super kick. Obviously, they've killed the super kick, but it's everything. They dive over the ropes, they get dived on, and they're up within 3 seconds. You know, they just anyway. That's a different story for a different day. But this match was fucking phenomenal. Probably one of the best. It is the best match I've seen on television in this past year. That's not including pay-per-views, obviously, just weekly television. So absolute dynamite way to kick off Dynamite. Private Party won. Excited about that because, as I said before I started watching AEW, never heard of these guys. Even JR was saying it on commentary, you probably never heard of them, but absolute great charisma. First time I seen them on the last pay-per-view, I think it was, you know, I saw them and thought, fuck, this generic shite, just a thrown together tag team. But no, they've got beautiful charisma. They've obviously known each other for years and they work well together, and I'd be happy to see them go all the way and lift the tag titles. Women's division, you know, these women again don't know anything about them. It's going to be hard falling in love, for lack of a better word, with all these new people, but that's what needs to happen. That's what I did with TNA. That's what a lot of us did with TNA. Even going back even further than that, that's what a lot of us did with WCW, although they had the big stars from WWF join later, but that's a different story for a different day. And I say you've got Jericho cut a fucking beautiful promo with the Inner Circle. Good faction together, if that's going to be a faction going forward. You know, to combat Cody, the Elite, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. I don't know what it's going to lead to. You know, I think they do need some sort of payoff where they all face each other, you know, not just one-on-one. Something like a Lethal Lockdown match or a War Games match, something like that. You know what I mean? Obviously it can't be either one of them two because those gimmicks are taken, but you know, something like that. That's a big build off to I'm not a fan of WWE doing the theme pay-per-views like Money in the Bank, Hell in a Cell, Extreme Rules, Elimination Chamber, you know, all them kind of, I'm not a fan of that, but they do need something that is a kind of marquee pay-per-view event, if you know what I mean. Something like the Rumble, something that you can look forward to and there's a big payoff. But in terms of this week, I absolutely killed it. And NXT, I've not seen that yet because it's not on the network. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it'll top, you know, in terms of wrestling, I think NXT came out on top last week. But for entertainment value, I don't think NXT's got a chance this week. Raw, absolute garbage again. Absolute worst of the worst garbage. You know, WWE deserve everything that they get at the minute. SmackDown, we'll see what happens. No pay-per-view this week, thank God. I just want to say as well how WWE could fix this Bray Wyatt situation. I think Raw next week should start off with Vince McMahon coming down, calling the referee out, Rob, something, whatever his name is, calling him out, giving a wee speech, and then, Rob, you're and then the lights go out, referee's already laid out on the floor, mandible claw on Vince McMahon, Raw cuts off. That is, or it starts, whatever you want it to do. That is how they could fix this situation. You know, Bray going after Vince fucking McMahon, and that's kind of like saying, yeah, fuck, WWE fucked up, so we'll go after the big guy. That's how they could fix this situation, and Vince would be off screen for years because he's an old man, you know. But AEW Dynamite killed it again this week. The ending, absolutely beautiful. A lot going on, and it was crazy, and there was everything going on, kind of old school WWF versus WCW kind of style, old school TNA style as well, you know, but it wasn't too much. And the thing with MJF, when he came out and he had the chair and it looked like he was going to attack Cody, and then he didn't. But if you've seen the way that he used the chair, I don't know if they're going to do this, but the way he used the chair was like, yeah, I'll hit these off, but it was still kind of like an act, if you get what I mean. Like he wasn't going full out. So could it be another situation where you had like Bully Ray in the Aces of Eights, where he got attacked time and time again, yet he turned out to be on Aces and Eight, the leader of Aces and Eight, actually. You could do, and we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, definitely, I am happy with what I watched today. 2 hours of TV and it felt like 10 minutes, and I can't wait for next week. And I can't wait for NXT, obviously being aired, but I don't get to see it till today. So, until next time, guys, thanks a lot.